On this Tuesday night?
Doing good. Doing really good.
When the athletic director of Fresno State drops in here at ESPN Fresno. Garrett, it's good to have you in.
You know, we're just grinding every day trying to get better, but beautiful weather right now.
And voices from the pros.
On ESPN Fresno with Sean Merritt. It's a treat to be on ESPN Fresno.
This is your home for all things sports. Hosted by Phil Benotti, breaking it down, calling it like it is, and taking you behind the game. This is Behind the Bench on ESPN Fresno.
That's right. Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno. On this Tuesday afternoon, 3 o'clock on the dot for you here. Good to be here. Good to be alongside you all for what will be a 1-hour show as yours truly has to fight the traffic and get south down to the Kingsburg area for our high school baseball game. High school baseball broadcast between Kingsburg and Selma. So looking forward to that. That's coming up 6:15 pregame, 6:30 first pitch from the town of Kingsburg, the home of the Vikings, as they take on the Selma Bears. So excited to bring that to you, and that will be coming your way later tonight. Of course, over on 790, we have the Lakers Game 1 action between the Lakers and the Thunder from Oklahoma City. Pregame starting at 5:15 over there, and a tip-off at 5:30 between the Lakers and the Thunder. So good show today. Just an hour, just straight talk today. No guests today with the 1-hour schedule. So we're going to dive right into some sports talk and get you in on your topics here today. Of course, lots of reaction from last night, of course, with the Giants win. We'll talk about that in moments. Of course, also Lakers Thunder, like I said, Game 1 preview. Talk about the NHL lottery. The Sharks have some iterations of possible permutations to get the number 1 overall pick tonight. And unfortunately, we sign off right when that thing gets going. So we will know officially tomorrow who the Sharks will be positioned to take potentially if they do so get lucky tonight in the NHL draft lottery. Big thanks to Tony D for tossing it to us in the previous hour. Tony D Show, Sportsline Bulldog Hour with Tony D from 2 to 3 p.m. My show, of course, follows from 3 to 6 p.m. normally on the weekdays. And also Paul Metter Show, the Central Valley Sports Report, live from 10 a.m. to noon. First String Sports, you can listen to him there. You can listen to myself, and you can listen to Tony, all on the 1430 ESPNFresno.com website and on the ESPN Fresno app. Be sure to download that today. We also live stream on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Looks like we're live there, over there on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you search ESPN Fresno, you'll be able to find us there on all of those platforms. So if you want to watch the video portion, that's what we got for you over there. Of course, it's good. We got the Lee's Air hotline, which you can reach us at 559-320-1430. Lee's Air hotline, 559-320-1430. The way to reach our show. Lee's Air hotline, sponsored by Lee's Air Plumbing, Heating, and Roofing. Lee's Air also sponsors the weather check today, sitting at 69 degrees, and that's about where we're going to top out today. A little bit partially cloudy, just pleasant weather overall today. No rain in the forecast. Looks like we kind of dodged it a little bit. Maybe had a little bit this morning, and that was about it. 79 tomorrow. We warm up all the way to the high 80s by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, touching the 90s by Sunday, and maybe topping out at about 100 degrees on Tuesday, Monday-ish area. So the heat wave is coming, but don't be afraid, because we may be dropping back down after that. Seeing some long-term forecast. I'm hearing word from the weather people. So they're giving me the good word that just a little bit of a heat up, and then we'll be back to normal, because it's May in Central Valley. It ain't June. It ain't July. It certainly ain't August. We got producing over behind the glass. Jorge is over there. Jorge, you're in for the hour. How are we doing on this Tuesday afternoon?
We're doing good. Had some good tacos for lunch.
I am stuffed for Cinco de Mayo.
That was good.
Is it because I know this isn't like technically the day, right?
No. The Independence Day, no.
Yeah, but this is where America just kind of grabs on to, and
Yeah. So it celebrates the Battle of France and Mexico. During
Yeah.
The
screw those French guys.
during the French invasion of Mexico in the 1860s.
Yeah,
And Mexico defeated them in the Battle of Puebla, which became Cinco de Mayo.
there you go.
For whatever reason, here in the States, it's celebrated like a real holiday, but in Mexico, it's kind of like a regional holiday.
Yeah,
So, so yeah, I don't know.
it's kind of a regional. Like there's more there's places in Mexico that celebrate Cinco de Mayo or whatever it is better than others.
Yeah, like Puebla, where
Yeah.
that battle actually happened. They have like, celebrations for that.
Sure, of
But
course, it's a big day
throughout-
for them.
Throughout the rest of,
But if you're in like Jalisco or something,
probably you won't see anything happening.
yeah, it's just It's just another Tuesday.
Yeah,
for the folks there.
I think it's a federal holiday, so people are off and around. But I mean, some aren't working. But other than that,
Yeah, we like it. Another excuse to
Yeah.
do something, right? So I'm sure. I was looking up like who are the best Cincos out there, like the people who are number five out there. I've seen a couple of nominees. I actually had the list in front of me, and then I let it go away. But off the top of my head, little Albert Pujols for you.
that's a good one.
Where's number 5?
Yeah.
Let me see if I got another good list here for you. Shout out Jason Kidd, wore number 5. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're hitting so George Brett wore number 5. If you're a baseball fan back in that era. Let me see. Do I got any? Usually the top soccer players all wore 10. So 5's a different number. Although 5 has a good. Usually the number 5 has somewhat of a responsibility, right?
Fives are like middles or defenders.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
Any number 5s you can think of in the soccer world for the folks out there? Donovan McNabb is the top 5. Is another one.
Another one.
To think about. I can't think of many other football 5s out there.
Yeah, no.
Quarterbacks don't usually wear that number 5. Joe Flacco wore number 5
Right.
for the Ravens. He doesn't wear 5 anymore. How about Matt Holliday wore number 5?
Reggie Bush wore number 5, right?
Did he? At USC. At USC. I don't think he did wear it during
No,
his pro days.
because he couldn't. Because
they didn't have the rule back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, my computer just froze. So I guess I'm out of people to talk about.
Kyle Larson
Kyle Larson,
from NASCAR.
number 5
Yeah,
car.
number 5. Yeah.
Yeah, we like that. Yep, my computer is totally locked up and crashed. So this bit is over. All right, sounds good. So yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo or whoever celebrates today. Yes, we had tacos on tacos on tacos. Speaking of 5, that was the number of runs scored last night in San Francisco, and the Giants end up getting 3 of those 5 runs, and that, folks, in math, results in a victory. 3-2, Giants win last night, and we talk about the way this Giants season has gone. Yes, a victory is nice. It snaps the longest losing streak of the season for the San Francisco Giants. And it also, last night with Casey Schmidt's homer, snapped the team's 6-game home run drought. Yeah, folks, all that road trip in Philly and Tampa, they didn't have a homer. So you saw that drought snapped with him hitting a home run in the first inning. By the way, that was 1 game shy of tying the longest streak in MLB since the start of last season. So 3-2 last night. I wouldn't say I'm feeling like the Giants solved their problems, but it is nice to get in the win column last night and get out of it because certainly 6-game losing streak into a 7-game losing streak will certainly make people sweat. Trevor McDonald last night, what up? 7 innings, 8 Ks, no walks, 2 hits, 1 earned, and then he gets sent down. Thank you, sir, for your service, right? Or maybe he didn't get sent down. Maybe I read the news wrong. I don't know. I saw something about option, but maybe just for the spot. Anyways, Trevor McDonald, nice start last night. The first Giants pitcher, Jorge, to throw 7 innings pitched and have 1 earned run or fewer in their season debut since 2018, Johnny Cueto. Yeah, Johnny Cueto.
Okay.
Yeah, Johnny Cueto, last pitcher to do that with 7 innings, 1 run or fewer earned in their season debut. Johnny Cueto was a decent Giant. Not a great Giant, but a decent Giant.
He had his moments.
Yeah, he had his moments. Rafi Devers drove in a couple runs last night.
He's getting in there. He's coming back up.
Certainly not anywhere near his caliber, but hey, you'll take it, right? And 3-2 victory last night for the Giants to beat the Pods. You got to feel good. You get the close or the save last night from the young stud pitcher last night as well. But it's going to be interesting to see what this series will turn into. But the Giants' offense is still a futile offense, even things considered last night. So it's not like my opinion changed last night. It's just in the circumstance, it is good to see them find a way and scrap into a victory. Caleb Killian, by the way, is the man who got the save last night for the Giants, his first career save. So Trevor McDonald to Keaton Wynn to Caleb Killian. This is the frustrating part about this Giants team right now, is that the roles aren't defined in a lot of different aspects. So last night, maybe you're finding that role. I'm tired of kind of the audition for who's going to be pitching and what's going to be really situated between all this. But I am looking forward to finally maybe seeing some defined stuff from Tony Vitello and the staff. Can we finally see it after last night's game? I don't know. But I think that's the next step here for this Giants team. And despite a 3-2 win, that's last night, it's evident that things need to move in a direction that has to define the roles for those guys. So I'm curious to see what moves forward with this Giants team. But the offense, I don't think it completely solved itself. 6 hits last night. Nothing to write home about. So, I don't know. 3-2. It's nice. You beat the first place Padres. Congratulations. But I'm not sold on anything.
No, it does feel like they're doing something better. I want to see it again today, but that would give me more confidence just because it just feels like they played well, and then all of a sudden they lose 6. So hopefully if they play well tonight and get that win, I feel more confident about this team. But right now, not so much.
Yeah. So Giants, of course, play tonight. Unfortunately, we don't have the game because we're doing high school baseball. You want to listen to high school baseball tonight. It's going to be a good one. We have a major league caliber pitcher tonight on the mound between Kingsburg and Selma. So it's not like you're missing out on any good baseball action. So I'm looking forward to that, of course, and we'll see where this series turns for the San Francisco Giants. Next time we will be on air will be after the next 2 games of this series. Logan Webb goes tonight. So anytime I feel like Logan Webb's going, I suddenly am like, all right, I'm convinced the Giants can at least find a way to flip the series. And then he's been having some tough luck. He had a really great start against Philly in his last start, right? In that just despicable extra inning loss, Jorge, remember, on that Thursday morning. So Giants are a little scarred from that action, but it's going to be fascinating to see Logan Webb go against his old rival, Walker Buehler. Giants, I don't remember Walker Buehler's statistics against San Francisco, but he has certainly been one to agitate the Giants from time to time from his Dodger days. So it's good to see a little more rivalry between him and Walker Buehler. And then, of course, tomorrow we will see Adrian Hauser against Matt Waldron. And Hauser had a little bit of a rough start last time against Tampa. So, all right, Giants baseball, that's a little recap of that. Of course, what we got coming up in this hour, talked about the Giants. We're going to talk about Lakers here. Once again, what are we expecting tonight? Who needs to step up? We're going to probably rank the most important players in this game tonight, and who could potentially get the Lakers into the win column in Game 1. Who has the most on the line for this Game 1 tonight in OKC? Can the Lakers shock the world? They're plus 900 underdogs. Let's talk about it next on 1430 ESPN.
The Central Valley sports leader has you covered all spring long. CAF Central Section Baseball lives right here on 1430 ESPN Fresno. You'll hear it all live as we bring you the biggest matchups on the diamond.
Herring on its way to the wall, and it's a home run.
Bill Benotti has the call, joined by some of the best baseball minds in the Central Valley. High school baseball, only on 1430 ESPN Fresno. Brought to you by Toledo's, Raw Farms, Valley Athletics, and California Business Machines.
Every summer, it's the same story. More laundry, more showers, more dishes, and suddenly our plumbing feels it.
Low water pressure, inconsistent hot water, right when we're already trying to juggle busy mornings.
And I do not want to waste an entire day waiting for a plumber to show up.
That's why May is perfect for scheduling service early.
Especially with Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. They give you a 2-hour booking window.
Which actually lets you stick to your schedule.
Remember Tom down the street? He had a plumbing problem last summer, and Lee's fixed it the same day.
Fast, reliable, professional service. Exactly what you need when summer's hectic.
He also signed up for the Club Advantage membership.
That includes priority service, discounted rates, no overtime fees, and a 2-year repair warranty.
So if something happens again, he's covered. No stress.
Stay ahead of summer plumbing problems with Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Call 559-785-1212 today. That's 559-785-1212. CLN number 635355.
Lee's AC Plumbing and Heat, yeah. Lee's AC.
When Jeff Thiessen and Lance Duker started Thiessen Duker Modern Wealth Management in 2003, they had a simple mission: to make every life they touch better. They established Thiessen Duker as an independent firm, not tied to the restrictions of one Wall Street company, so their clients could have access to any investment products that were right for them, and Thiessen Duker could serve their clients the way they wanted to be served. They've done other things differently too, from investing in advanced financial planning technology to implementing a team approach with advisors working together to develop client strategies. And from day one, Thiessen Duker has shared its success with local organizations, making a difference in people's lives right here at home. If you need a financial advisor, or if you are a financial advisor and would like to know more about how Thiessen Duker could make your life better, please visit thiessenduker.com. The advisors of Thiessen Duker Modern Wealth Management are registered representatives with and securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Spring is in full swing, and just like baseball season, it's time to step up to the plate for something great to eat. With Lynn's Restaurant Group, every spot is a hit. From bold Chinese flavors at Spicy J's to hot pot at J-Pot, refreshing boba drinks at JT, and a refined Japanese dining experience at Oiza. There's something for everyone. Whether you're grabbing a quick bite or dining after the game, Lynn's has you covered. Download the Lynn's app for exclusive offers and visit lynsrestaurantgroup.com. Lynn's, a full lineup of flavor this spring.
The one thing I love about spring is it's time for the new golf clubs. They're here. Are you ready to upgrade your golf game? The new clubs have arrived at Roger Dunn, and they're game changers. Check out the new Quantum from Callaway, or the QI4D from TaylorMade, plus the latest release from Ping, Titleist, and Cobra Golf. Come in, get professionally fit, and find out which clubs are built for you and your swing. The good weather's coming, and remember, you're always number one at Roger Dunn.
Attention Central Valley. Fashion furniture buyers are headed to the High Point Furniture Market to bring in new styles and what's next, which means it's time to reset the floor. Save up to 50% on clearance, closeouts, overstocks, and one-of-a-kind items. When they're gone, they're gone. No restocks. Plus, special financing is available. It's the Reset the Floor sale happening now, only at Fashion Furniture. There's nothing like it in all of California.
The Valley's local sports leader. We are hours away, not moments, hours away from the Lakers and Thunder tip-off. And so let's preview that for you as we get closer to that basketball game, of course, which you can listen to on 790. There is a lot of ways you can think about this series in the not in the favor of the Lakers, right? And the way they are developed and the way they are structured into this playoff series. Tonight, the Lakers are plus 900 to win the series. You would have to, if you bet $1, you would get $9 back in return if you bet the Lakers in this series, according to the DraftKings Sportsbook. ESPN Analytics gives the Thunder a 91% chance of winning the series. The odds tonight for Game 1, Thunder are a minus 15.5 on the spread. The Lakers plus 15.5. This is, if you look at LeBron James as a 15.5 point underdog, this would be the longest odds of any game of LeBron's career ever. And the current high in any game he's played in. Game 1 of the 18 finals against the Warriors, LeBron closed in at a 13-point underdog and lost by 10 in overtime, so he did cover the spread in that one. Jorge, this feels massively disrespectful to LeBron James's power and what he can provide in this series, and yet, if you look at what has happened in the last 4 games against the Lakers and the Thunder in this season, you could argue that this is the right line. But I think there has to be a closer look at what's going on between these two teams. But, Jorge, do you think 15.5 fair or unfair to Los Angeles tonight, being a 15.5 point underdog on the road?
I mean, if we go in with what they've been doing in the past, I feel that's very fair. However, it does feel a little bit out of proportion, but at the same time,
right.
I mean, what are we saying? Are we saying that because it's LeBron James?
Because it's LeBron James, and he's never faced a team being a 15.5 point underdog. He was a 13-point underdog against the Warriors in Game 1 of that 18 series, and they ended up losing by 10 in overtime. And even then, J.R. Smith had the chance to win that game with a shot at the end, and instead he just rebounded the basketball and ran away from half court. And LeBron James said, "What the hell are you doing?"
We're talking about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the same.
But this is the Warriors, who was a greatest team of all time situation with Clay and Dre and KD and Steph.
And the Cavs team was no...
The Thunder are not that team, right?
I mean, are we comparing them to...
I'm not comparing them anywhere near that 71-win team for the Warriors. We're not doing that at all. No, hell no. Hell no.
So you're saying that that Cavs team is comparable to this Lakers team?
Potentially. Are we doing that? Because we can do that.
I don't think so.
You think that Cavaliers team is better than this
Lakers team right now? That's gonna play today.
I don't believe. I think that this Laker team is better than that Cavs team. Because if you put this LeBron, that 18 LeBron on this Laker team, we'd be talking about a 68-win team or something like that, and this Cavs team was poaching out of the East of with nobodies who were.
But they don't have that 18 LeBron. They have LeBron 2026 LeBron.
Exactly.
So it's not comparable.
But they do have Austin Reeves, and they do have Luka Doncic, and I know Luka's not even in the conversation right now playing in this series.
That's what I'm saying, Luka. The one that's going to play tonight is not compared to the one that...
I think we are closer than we think. Let me present some deeper numbers to you here real quick. Once again, and we discovered this yesterday because I was testing the theory of let's dig a little deeper in what has happened this season, right? Is it valid? First of all, is it valid for me to look at the 4 games we've seen the Lakers and Thunder play against each other this year?
Yeah.
Is it valid to look at that? All right.
Yeah, it's valid.
Let's look at it deeper, right? Game 1 against the Thunder, they lost by 39. And this is a team that did not have LeBron James playing. It had Austin Reeves and it had Luka Doncic, but this was a LeBron James-less Laker team. Lost by 39.
And they lost by 39.
39. Okay? Note that. Game 2, they lost by 9. By the way, the 39-point loss was in OKC. This one was in LA. This one was in February. And this is a roster that had, for the Lakers, LeBron James and Austin Reeves, no Luka. and they lost by 9 to the OKC Thunder. Who were the Thunder?
In LA.
In LA. Now, to be fair, in that LA game, no Shea. They had everybody else. They had Chet, they had Hartenstein, they had Lou Dort, they had Casey Wallace, they had Jalen Williams. No Shea, though. So,
okay.
Can't really compare that, right? Let's dive into the 43-point loss that the Lakers suffered in April against the Thunder, which was the game that the Laker fans will sit there and say, that's the game where the whole season went to hell. Because that's where Luka lost his ability to stay healthy. He got hurt. You had Austin Reeves somewhat get hurt. And it was LeBron James fighting for his life later in that basketball game. For the most part, they had the big three going. But after a while, Luka and Austin go down with injuries. LeBron's by himself. And it's a cataclysm of errors for that Laker team. 43-point loss. Yikes. Right?
Right.
Shea was playing in that game, by the way. So, Isaiah Joe had 20 off the bench. I don't think Lakers are looking for that. Lakers lose by 36 at home. But this is a team that did not play LeBron, did not play Austin Reeves, and did not play Luka Doncic. And they lost by 36 in LA. Against a Shea team that Shea did play in that game, by the way. And Chet. And Hartenstein. And Dort. So, is there any game I can kind of compare to? Is there any... Like I said, we asked the question at the beginning, is it fair to compare the games we've seen already this year and assess it to this series and say, are we going to get a reflection of what it's going to look like in this series? I'd argue we don't have any idea what this series is going to look like yet. Right? Because the 4 results I've talked about and the 4 results I've compared about, the only one that I think can be remotely close to what we're going to see in this series, potentially, if you want to really argue it, if you really want to say, yeah, actually, this is what the series is going to look like, maybe that 43-point loss in OKC when Luka went down, because Luka did end up playing 25 minutes in that game. It's not like Luka just went out in the first quarter and said, see you later. Right? Luka played 25. LeBron played 25. Austin played 26 minutes. Laravia played. They're starting Jake Laravia, by the way, which is just not what they're going to be doing now. Luke Kennard was barely into that rotation. I'd like to believe they know a little bit better what's going on with Luke Kennard. Here's the problem, though. I don't know if you can absolutely put Luke Kennard on the like. I'm looking at some plus-minus numbers here, Jorge, that are just awful. Luke Kennard in that game, 28 minus 28 when he was on the floor. Rui Hachimura was a minus 39 in that game. The bench absolutely tilts the court against the Lakers when it comes to this Thunder team. If you're going to look at what is going to be successful or not successful in any realm of the possibility. The last game of the year when nobody played, Kobe Burfkin was the only one that did not have a plus-minus that finished in the minus side of things. I'm looking at any plus-minus. Is there any player on the Lakers who finished in a plus-minus at all when he played the Thunder this year? Bronny James in the first game of the year had a +6.
Maybe if Bronny's playing, maybe they'll get.
Is Bronny the key, huh? Is Bronny the key? Rui had a +4 in that 9-point loss back in February. Vanderbilt had a +9.
Who did they beat by 2 recently?
Who?
The Lakers.
The Rockets.
Right. It was the Rockets. So Bronny scored 2 points in that game, and they won by 2.
He scored. You're talking about that one game that went to overtime. He scored 5 points.
Oh, 5 points.
Yeah, he scored 5 points.
So if he wouldn't have scored those 5 points, they wouldn't have won.
Yes, because the Rocket bench scored 4, and they won by 1.
Right.
Yeah. Relitigating that a little bit.
So maybe he plays tonight. They'll win.
Okay. We'll live in that pie in the sky. What's the context? Like, outside of an injury to OKC, is like, are Laker fans sitting here like thinking there's any chance? Like, I want to know. Are they I'm not saying you're delusional. I'm saying give me a roadmap here.
There's a small chance.
Give me a
There's
roadmap
always
here.
a chance because it's basketball, right?
Okay.
But in reality, nothing logistically says that they're gonna win it. Logically,
Right.
right? It's not. Yeah, 14 points probably. I could see that.
I'm looking at the Thunder schedule, and have they lost 4 in their last 7 at any point this year? Just scrolling through, they did have a stretch where they lost 4 of 6 at one point. So it is.
Who was it to?
They had a stretch where they lost to the Spurs, then beat the Clippers, then they lost to the T-Wolves, they beat the Grizzlies, and then they lost to the Spurs and lost to the Spurs. So, but yeah, that's one stretch.
The Spurs they're torn on the heel.
Yeah, the Spurs are pretty rough. They had another stretch where they lost 3 out of their 7. Or excuse me, 4 out of the 7.
I would say that's somewhat of a rivalry, right? The Texas versus Oklahoma people.
I mean, I think the NBA is just licking their chops to see Thunder Spurs in that next series, right?
Yeah, I would say so for sure.
But on the flip side, I think the NBA also is licking their chops at the other possibility of let's see LeBron go at it one more time. Try to get that one last ride title. Get that Brady Bucks title in 2020, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what this run feels like. For me, like, while this Laker team isn't impressively talented, I do like the idea that Austin Reeves has had a couple games to just sort of ramp up into, right? I think that is a somewhat of a benefit. And if you're gonna like grab onto one other thing of this series, at least this game, the Thunder have not played a game in 8 days, Jorge. They have not played a game since last Monday against the Phoenix Suns.
Okay. Now that's different.
There's some metrics there, right?
Yeah,
there's some
definitely.
metrics there. There's a little, and the Lakers they're in that sweet spot for me of they won on Friday, and they have had the little bit of rest to get to Tuesday here and really just reset and not feel like they've had to really battle to get to where they are. Like the Rocket series was tough, but it wasn't taxing. Like it didn't look taxing to me.
Yeah.
For the Lakers. Yeah,
they kind of like let it go for 2 games, and then they were like, all right, that's it.
So what is it going to be? What is it? It's certainly going to be taxing in this series with the Thunder, right? It's certainly going to be a taxing series for this team. They are going to have to be on their unbelievable level of play we haven't seen like since they won like 22 of their last 24 or something like that. I remember that stretch.
If they want to win tonight, yeah, it's got to be taxing because you got to give it all out, especially with a team against a team that hasn't played in 8 days.
To me,
that's some rust right there.
If they don't win the night, to me, if the Lakers don't win the night, then you're asking them to win 4 of their next 6 against the Thunder. You win tonight, you can kind of dictate everything. I will say the chances tonight of winning this game and what your series will look like, I will drastically improve the odds of the Lakers winning this series if they win tonight. Like, I don't think I could put any more weight on what tonight will mean for the Lakers and what it'll mean for this series moving forward if they can find a way to steal it. And we saw you can be an undermanned team and win a game in this playoff series. Go look at what happened last night with Minnesota. And I know Anthony Edwards somewhat was back, but the dude hyperextended his knee like a week ago, right? And he's out there, with his teammates finding a way to beat San Antonio last night when San Antonio felt like they could find any basket they wanted to with Victor Wembanyama, and they just did not go into that situation. I'm looking at last night's Minnesota game. I'm looking at what Minnesota just did to Denver in their last 2 games of that series too. And I'm saying they are as undermanned as anybody in this playoffs. Why can't the Lakers replicate that in some form or fashion in this series? I don't really quite think talent is like 98% what's going to determine the series, but there are some other situations. There's the Minnesota Timberwolves that are kind of an example of that, and maybe we do see this Laker team scratch and claw their way to a win. If anybody can do it in a one-man show, it is LeBron James and what he is capable of. We have seen it many times in this career, and I'll say it right now, he has been the top performer for me in the NBA playoffs this postseason. The Lakers have a lot that need to go right tonight. A lot that need to go right tonight for them to find a win. This is the first playoff series versus the number one seed for the Lakers since the 23 conference finals, which they were swept by the Denver Nuggets. The last time the Lakers beat a number one seed in the NBA playoffs, what happened? 2004, when they beat the Timberwolves in the NBA conference finals in 6 games. The Lakers, remember, did not end up winning that title this year, or that year, because Detroit, what up? The Pistons ended up beating them in that playoff series. This is LeBron James' second career playoff series against the Thunder. Can you name the other one? I know you know the other one.
Against the Thunder?
Last time he faced the Thunder in the
Miami,
playoffs.
right?
Yeah, when he in 2012. His first ever NBA championship.
That's
LeBron
right.
James won in 5.
He beat Westbrook,
Durant, Harden, and Serge Ibaka.
Oh, that's right.
Kendrick
Ibaka was there
Perkins.
too. That was a really good team.
Oh, yeah. But LeBron James was unbelievable in 2012. Can we get a little 2012 for LeBron James in us tonight? If he's 2012 LeBron James, forget it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, forget it.
We're asking too much.
This is LeBron James' 14th playoff series against the number one seed. That ties him with Robert Horry for most by any player since seeding began in 1984. He has 7 wins versus the number one seed, which is tied for second most in that span behind Robert Horry. He's won 8 series. Shaq and Derek Fisher also have won 7 series against one seeds. So we'll see how that kind of goes. 15.5 point underdog, man. That spread is ridiculous. Almost disrespectful. I think LeBron will take it that way. And when LeBron is disrespected, man, when he's counted out, man, we're going to get a game tonight. We're actually going to get we're absolutely getting a game tonight. I think the Lakers really legitimately have a chance tonight. I would hammer that spread in the Lakers' favor. Do they win the series? I'm not declaring that at all. But tonight is a start if you find a way to win. That's where it all starts. So we'll see how it all plays out. All right, Jorge, let's take a break. When we come back, I'll give out the schedule. We'll preview tonight's action. NHL lottery is coming up tonight as well in a matter of minutes. So stay with us. Behind the Bench rolls along on 1430 ESPN, Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Every day is game day. So if you're 35 or older and feeling more tired, less focused, not like yourself, something's off. It could be low testosterone. Waiting won't fix it. But you can turn it around with Game Day Men's Health. They'll help you get back in the game, stronger, sharper, and more like yourself again. Schedule your free testosterone assessment today at GameDayMen'sHealth.com/Fresno or Visalia. That's GameDayMen'sHealth.com/Fresno or Visalia and get back in the game. Game Day Men's Health.
For 80 years, Fresno Pacific University has been shaping the heart and soul of California as the Central Valley's only accredited Christian university. Today, our deep faith roots and pride in our community drive us to provide affordable, career-relevant education that transforms the lives of our students and the communities they serve. Discover your calling through over 100 undergraduate and graduate programs offered on campus or fully online. Fresno Pacific University. Learn more at fpu.edu.
Hey, it's Phil Benotti with Behind the Bench, and I've got to tell you something I just did to my car, and I wish I'd done it sooner. You know how your car bakes in the Central Valley sun? Feels like an oven. I went to Stereo One Warehouse and got my ceramic windows tinted. Game changer. It keeps the heat out, so my AC doesn't have to work as hard this summer. My car is cooler, more comfortable, and I'm not blasting the AC anymore. So if you're in the Valley, go see Stereo One Warehouse. Call Daryl at 559-836-0949 and tell him Phil sent you.
Citizens Business Bank is a proud sponsor of the Fresno State Bulldogs. Hi, I'm Susan Woosner, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. We proudly support California's thriving small to medium-sized businesses. Our relationship-based approach and straightforward business model set us apart in the financial services industry. We are a banking partner that understands your industry and your company. Whether you're expanding operations or planning for the future, Citizens Business Bank Bank is here to help ensure your banking experience is smooth, convenient, and aligned with your success. My team strives to build long-term banking relationships by getting to personally know you and your business, and then providing you with a wide array of powerful solutions customized to your unique financial needs. Visit cbbank.com to learn how Citizens Business Bank can help contribute to your success. That's cbbank.com. Citizens Business Bank, N.A., Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hungry for a deal? Toledo's Mexican Restaurant has you covered. From 10 to 2, Monday through Friday, your lunch plans are officially solved with Toledo's $16.99 lunch special. Pick your favorite fountain drink, plus your choice of soup or salad, and pair it with one of Toledo's popular traditional favorites, your choice of enchiladas, tostadas, or burrito. Just $16.99, Monday through Friday from 10 to 2. With 3 locations to serve you in Clovis and Fresno, Toledo's is the perfect place to erase your midday craving. Online at Toledo'sMexicanRestaurant.com.
Say hello to Zoom One. Zoom One brings together Zoom meetings, chat, whiteboard, phone, and more, all in one place to streamline your team's communications so you can simplify the way you work, whether you're in the office, at home, or a mix of both. Get more of the Zoom you know and love with meetings, chat, whiteboard, and phone bundled together into Zoom One. Find out more at zoom.com/one. Zoom One features vary by plan.
Stone Fruit Harvest will be here before you know it, so get ready for the season with help of Pioneer Equipment, your Kubota authorized dealer. Growers choose Kubota over blue and green because of reliability when harvest days run long, comfort and easy maneuvering, and value with durable performance. With Fresno and Reedley locations, Pioneer Equipment, your Kubota authorized dealer, has the equipment, parts, and service you need before harvest begins. Visit Pioneer Equipment, your Kubota authorized dealer today at pioneerequipmentca.com. Stone Fruit Harvest starts here.
Valley's local sports leader. Jorge, I have some breaking news. I have some kind of breaking news. It's not like crazy breaking news, but I do have some breaking news.
Breaking news.
The NFL Referees Association schedules a vote to ratify the new CBA with the National Football League, which means negotiations, apparently, according to ESPN and Kevin Seifert and Kalen Kaler, says the new collective bargaining agreement has progressed far enough that the union has scheduled a ratification vote Thursday night. Sources tell ESPN on Tuesday. When formally approved by both sides, the agreement would avoid the necessity for using replacement officials this season. The existing CBA is set to expire May 31st.
So it looks good. Looks good. I guess they came up to some sort of...
I was going to lose my mind if we had replacement officials in 2026. We knew what went down with that situation. And
we've seen it happen before.
Yes. And
it wasn't good.
It was horrendous, actually. It was one of the worst. My team severely got, punished for that. Severely affected because of the nature of Justin Tucker missing a field goal and somehow the ball went over the uprights. I'm not quite sure exactly what angle they were seeing.
Hey, you weren't there. You didn't see what they saw.
The refs saw what they saw, and Bill Belichick at one point took the necessary steps to run at that ref and just grab his arm and say, "Hey, what the hell, man?" So
I thought he was going to punch him at first.
You remember that? You remember that situation. Other news: NHL draft lottery tonight. Teams can move up a maximum of 10 spots if they win the draft lottery. The Sharks, who sit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They are 9th in the lottery odds to get to the top pick. So the Sharks have a 5% chance to win the draft lottery. So I'm saying there's a chance, Jorge.
You're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance, and it would be a very fascinating one if the Sharks can find their way to leap up to the top 3. So the Sharks have a chance to get the top 3 spot, either 1, 2, or 3, or they will finish with the 9th, 10th, or 11th pick tonight. it'll be those 6 spots and nothing else.
So I mean, hockey's not a big deal. It's not a big deal that you already have a number one pick, but
it is. No, they haven't had a number 1 pick since Macklin Celebrini. So Will Smith was a second overall. They had a second overall with Michael Misa last year. And so this year
was what, 2 years ago?
Celebrini was 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And the year before that was Will Smith, who was number 2 for the Sharks. So we are now Sharks have had the second, the first, and then the second overall in 3 straight drafts. So we will see if they can.
They were also a lot better. Does that count?
Oh my gosh! If they get the number 1 pick, Jorge, woo boy, woo boy, we're cooking with grease, man. The future is teal and the future is bright, man. If
Cooking
that happens,
with lard.
yeah. So we'll see how the draft draws out. I'll have some reaction tomorrow when we get to that opportunity. It'll be kind of old news by then, but come on. If the Sharks get a number 1 overall pick, man, we're here for it. We're here for it. Let's give you an update on what the schedule is going on this week. We got a new fresh schedule, Jorge. Got it all ready to go here. Tonight we have high school baseball, Kingsburg, Selma. I'm going to head out of here in the next 15 minutes. Head on south to Kingsburg. First pitch, 6:30. Pregame starting at 6:15. Over on 790, 5:15 pregame with a 5:30 tip-off, Lakers and Thunder. Tomorrow, we will have Giants and Padres starting at 12:15 pregame with a 12:45 first pitch. So, no Tony D tomorrow because the Giants and Padres will be in action. My show will start as soon as the Giants and Padres conclude, which is around 4 p.m. We'll see that. And I will end my show at a little after 5:40. Because at 5:45, we'll have Grizzlies and Giants. That's right, Grizzlies baseball on the road again. They're back. Tim Slack on the call. Wednesday Night Baseball on 14:30. Grizzlies live from San Jose. Big series, by the way. San Jose, 2 games up right now in the early look goings right now. So Grizzlies get a win tonight and tomorrow. And we're in some business here talking about the standings. A's and Phillies tomorrow from Philadelphia, 3 p.m. pregame, 3:40 first pitch from Philadelphia. Thursday, we'll have Sportsline Bulldog with Tony D from 2 to 3. We'll have my show from 3 to about 5:45, and where we will toss it to Grizzlies baseball again from San Jose on 14:30. So the Grizzlies back on the radio on Thursday as well. Lakers and Thunder on 790. That's at 6:15 pregame with a 6:30 tip-off from OKC Game 2. A's and Phillies before that. At 3 o'clock. Friday, we'll have Sports on Bulldog with Tony D for 2 to 3. We'll have my show from 3 to 6. 6:45 Giants and Pirates pregame with a 7:15 first pitch from San Francisco between the Giants and the Pirates. A's and Orioles over at 790 all weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will also have Palmetto Show Central Valley Sports Report from 10 a.m. to noon on 14:30. Lakers Thunder later that evening on Saturday, Game 3 from Los Angeles, 5:15 pre with a 5:30 tip-off from L.A. Grizzlies in San Jose on 790 on Saturday, 4:45 pregame, 5 p.m. first pitch. And we'll be back Monday after that. So that's full gamut of the schedule. As we have my show 3 hours before Giants-Dodgers. Yes, Giants-Dodgers from L.A. 4-game set. Ready for Giants-Dodgers next week? One step at a time, Jorge. We can't be thinking about Giants-Dodgers.
Yeah, we got to take care of the Padres, and then we'll see about that.
Giants got to have the Padres number this year, right? A little 3-1
so far.
Record? A little flip of the script. We like it.
It looks good, but I still, like I said, I need to have more confidence in them.
It amazes me that Fernando Tatis Jr. does not have a home run this year. Do you know that?
Yeah, and I was thinking, when was the last time he probably didn't have probably his rookie year, maybe?
I don't even know. No, this is illogical because the dude's supposed to be packed with power.
Yeah.
But if he can't hit a homer,
I mean, this is the first year he hasn't hit a homer yet, so.
Cool, he's fast and he can defend well a little bit, but my goodness. I don't know. Tatis is producing in other ways, but it's who's having a worse start to their year right now? Off the stat, is the homer thing a little overblown? But I'd be him and Devers are just sitting there peas in a pod right now being what the hell's going on?
Your offense is the best thing you bring into the team, but
yeah,
It's not there yet.
Well,
so.
I legit don't know why. I think it's funny that I have the legit question of who's going to have more homers at the end of the year, Fernando Tatis Jr. or Luis Ariz, right? I'd be sitting there thinking Luis Ariz might be a better fit for that, huh? Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Anyways, we got our game tonight. By the way, you want to make sure you log into that one on our website. Jensen Hirschkorn going to be going tonight for Kingsburg. The dude's only been missing bats the whole season, you know. No hitter 2 weeks ago, and a one hitter last week.
Where's he committed to?
LSU.
LSU, right? Okay.
Not a guarantee he's going to LSU though. MLB, if MLB's coming to talk to you, you know.
Right.
We'll see where it all goes from there. Dude's got some decisions to make, but that's the lovely nature of what his situation is he's got a lot to be excited about. But you know who's also got a lot to be excited about? Selma. Because Selma's sitting at 21-5-1, and they're sitting in that Tri-County Sequoia League, and they're running away with it at 11-1 right now. Formidable team, man. Selma right now. Just they've won an ungodly amount of games in a row. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, they have a pretty decent team, and I think it shows how much they have their teams prepared, you know.
I'm counting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They won 18 of their last 20 games.
Who's coaching them?
Who's coaching them? That's a good question.
It's Garza?
It's John Hollett.
Okay.
Yeah, Coach Hollett Jr. So I'm excited to see what this Selma team looks like. All I've seen is just wins. So this will be a really good matchup in the sense of kind of gauging what the playoffs will look like between these two teams. We saw Selma last year in the playoffs take on Hoover. We were there out in Selma. I remember Mike Brink and I sitting in the bleachers. They got us a shade. They got us an easy up for us. It was pretty warm out there in Selma in the late part of May.
Oh yeah, I remember.
But
it's always kind of hot out there, especially that time.
I know. Well, that time is literally next week, by the way. The time is literally next week. I think we've gotten away with murder a little bit with the weather here.
Hasn't been that bad.
I think we're due for that heat up. All my friends are, you know.
Well, it's May. It happens. So it always happens in May.
All my friends are complaining. I wanted to say the other word. You know, complaining.
It's not cool enough.
All my friends are complaining and moaning about this 100-degree temperature. I'm like, bring it on. Bring it on. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid at all. All right. Big game tonight. Kingsburg, Selma, myself, Paul Metters on the call. You want to tune in for that? Maybe a surprise guest or two. Who knows? We're always hanging out up there. And if you're at that game, be sure to tune on in. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're out there somewhere else listening, watch last week of regular season before we hit the playoffs, going to be crazy, huh? Crazy. Like I said, no Giants baseball tonight because of the high school baseball. We got Lakers on the other side on 790. What do you got?
I was going to say Paul Metters is going to be with you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We already scoped out our dinner spot before the game. So
what is it, the hot dogs?
I don't. I'll just say the menu looks really delicious, and I can't wait. And I hope I don't get into a food coma because of it. All right, Jorge, that's enough for our show. We'll see you at 6:15 tonight from Kingsburg. 6:30 first pitch. Lakers basketball starting in about an hour and a half. We'll see you then. Show tomorrow, 3 o'clock.
Steel prices are rising